For my lens presentation, I will be comparing my life to Mark's and to other deaf and hard of hearing individuals. Identity. I myself, obviously, I am a female. I am a daughter. I was born hearing. I was raised by a single mom. I am a proud Christian, and I am black. Now with Mark, obviously he was male. He's a son, and he was born to deaf parents. He didn't consider himself to be religious, but he did attend some religious ceremonies. And he also was taught that he was defective and that he needed to be fixed. For deaf and hard of hearing kids, we all know that 90% of them are born to hearing parents and less than 10% of them are born to deaf parents. It's a very diverse population among the deaf and hard of hearing community, meaning that their views on deafness may vary. Language and learning. I had full access to language growing up. One language, obviously mainly English. At school, I had access to academic support. If I needed help with anything, I could ask my teachers or anybody for assistance. And in high school and in elementary school, I was introduced to a second language, and then different languages were introduced over the years. With Mark, he had to take up speech classes, and he didn't understand his teachers at first, and he struggled, with his schooling at a young age. And he explained that in college, it was an academic roller coaster for him, but he was the only deaf student in his hearing schools, and there was a very, very obvious language barrier. For deaf and hard of hearing kids, they can either go to a mainstream school or residential school. In a mainstream school, there's going to be obvious language barriers. They could be put in assisted learning environments, but they could also feel secluded if that's the case. If they get put in residential schools, it'll be hands up only, and if that's the case, then they can feel very included. Cognitive. Myself, I was raised in a very diverse environment. At a young age, I went to a very diverse elementary school, and then in high school I moved to a predominantly white high school, which wasn't a very diverse population at all. But once I got to school and here in college, it was more diverse, and I see more different, lifestyles out here. Mark was raised in a more oralist environment. He was taught that his deafness was bad and that he needed to be fixed. But once he got into college, he was immersed into the deaf community and learned that his deafness needed to be embraced. For deaf and hard of hearing students, it's different for everyone, but we know that if they are introduced to early language development, then they'll have improved learning skills. However, if they are introduced late to a main language, then it may lead to learning delays.